Any window or mirror becomes your aquarium with these cling-on shapes. Let's take a look at the hands-on window. You've got these crazy wave borders at the top, and then down under the sea are all these sparkly aquarium fishes. Let's see what we need to make them. You're going to need some wacky straws, permanent markers, semi-transparent vinyl, paint pens, glitter pens, wiggle eyes, the page borders, suction cups, some thick glue, and a hole punch. Let's get started. Okay, the first thing you're going to do is cut a small piece of vinyl. And then on our website are lots of shapes, like fishes, the jellyfish, a crab, and a turtle. Print out your shape and then lay your vinyl piece right on top so we can see what we're doing. And then you're simply going to use permanent markers to color in the shape. And you want to try to stay in those lines. And you can, of course, make the fins different colors, whatever you want. But I'm going to color in the whole thing yellow and then add some details with some other colors. And I'm coloring. Make sure we get all the way to the edge. You could even come up with your own imaginary shapes. Lots of things live under the sea, and you could come up with your own fish varieties and plants. When you're done with that, you can take some red and put it right over the top, and that'll blend right in and highlight our fins. You can also, this is my favorite technique, take a paint marker, make sure you give it a good shake before you start, and then I'm going to add some polka dots. And these kind of remind me of scales. When you're finished, you can brush on some sparkle with a glitter pen. And I'm just going to put a line on each fin. And this is best to use over the permanent marker sections, not with the paint pens, because the paint pens require a little bit more time to dry. But you're just going to brush this out, and you can leave it a little dimensional. It doesn't have to be smooth. I love the sparkle. And then we're going to do the fins. And after it dries, you're going to have something that looks a little bit like this. Now I wanted to show you the jellyfish because it has a few extra parts and pieces to it. But you see I've got my thick, sparkly layer, and now it needs some tentacles. So to do that, we're going to make these crazy straw pieces that are stretchy and springy. Now, we've got this special tool that cuts the straw in a spiral, and you're just going to feed it in one direction, and once you get it started, you can just loop the end of the handle around and around and around and around, and you see how that's cutting the straw to make it crazy. So next, we're going to need to cut this out before we add our straw tentacles, and we'll get all the way around our loops here. I used purples and blues for this jellyfish, and then I love the way the aqua tentacles look with the sparkle. It brings it all together. Before we forget, all of these little characters that I have in my window aquarium have eyes. So you'll want to use some thick glue to put a couple wiggle eyes on. Isn't that cute? Now we'll flip it over, and you can use the same kind of glue. Put a dot on each end, and we can glue some of these in place. And you'll want to leave that to set up for a few hours, if not overnight, because you want those to hold nice and well. And then the last thing we need to do is give it a little bit of a hole punch. And I've got one more little friend to add to our window aquarium. It's this cute little sparkly crab. So let's go ahead and add him into the mix. And that completes our window aquarium.